NERDSoul.
Oh yeah. Late ill kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Let's go because it's anime is time, y'all. I know what you're doing. You're sitting there in your seat. You're like, oh snap. They done formed again like Voltron. You know what I'm saying? We got black people talking about anime. It's a beautiful day to behold. Oh yeah, that's right. And when I say people, nah, this ain't no solo show. I ain't by myself. Nah, I am backed by, all right, some of the top and upper echelon of the black delegation, all right, in the anime streets. First up, I give to you a young man who has been distributing comics all around the Gulf Coast for years, known deep in those streets. A Sopranos type character, if you will. All right, strong arming when necessary. I give to you one half of Blurtish. That's right, Coop DeVille. Key Cooper, what's up?
This podcast will also be on the Blurge platform. Check us out on several different locations where you get your favorite podcasts. And I do not strong arm nobody. I am a hard worker. I pull myself up by my bootstraps.
Uh-oh.
I roll up my sleeves.
Uh-oh.
I work hard. Yeah, I don't use those weird talking points. Like we all out here working hard, vending and all the places. Shout out to everybody I saw at Anime Town. It was a last minute thing. I kind of popped up a little bit. Shout out to, I want to give a special thanks to Arts. My whole name, but Jesse, if you listen, I got it. Check her out. I had her on the video, and you will see her on the video one day when NERDSoul get his backlog of videos smoothed out. But you've seen her before on the channel, so shout out to her. Shout out to other people who helped and all that. And we're here to talk some anime.
Oh yeah. And that ain't it. We also have, that's right, Times Kunoichi of the Year, the recipient of the Humanitarian Ninjutsu Award, and also the most philanthropic kunai deliverer in those streets. I give to you Ninja Sama Cosplay. That's right, y'all. Put your hands together. Throw the flowers. She's up in this piece. You better represent.
Good morning, good evening, good night. Ninja Summer Cosplay coming to you live from somewhere between level 1 and the top of the tower.
Somewhere between level 1 and the top. Ooh, man. See, it's a lot of ground to cover. Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna throw it to Ninja first. Ninja, what's the show you want to talk about first? What you got going on in the streets? What you been watching? What you caught up on? What's going on in that mind of yours, the anime-ish mind?
I have been holding on to a little bit of a rant that is applicable for probably several properties, but in particular, this
rant
particular
time, bring it on.
is for Tower of God Season 2. I've been trying. And there are a few things that make me drop an anime pretty quickly. And that's one, well, not quickly, but just at some point. And that would be if you come back for a second season and then you don't have none of the pieces. You don't have, you start telling a whole different story. You start, talk about things that had nothing to do with the cliffhangers we were left off of.
They will do that on you too.
I'm not a huge fan. And then when it goes into multiple episodes like that, then you really start to lose me then. So, I did a little binge catching up on 2 shows. Both were sequels. One of which is doing far better than the other. But Tower of God, I'm still watching it. I haven't dropped it, but I really...
You on the verge.
Basically, you get to the cliffhanger of season 1, and then you start season 2, and it feels like a different anime. The animation style has changed a little. It looks a little bit more like what you'd expect. And the story begins to kind of follow other characters with like another protagonist in mind. But you've been used to the first protagonist this whole time. And then you get a hold of him, and he's different. He's different. He's no longer the happy-go-lucky protagonist. His hair's long. He's quiet. He doesn't talk, and he's like
He'd
the
have been through
strongest
some
dude.
stuff.
He
And
going through
he's
his
on the
emo
road.
phase.
It's like if you watch Naruto and then Shippuden starts, and for some reason Naruto has joined Akatsuki. That's apparently what has
Oh
happened, but you
wow.
don't know why, and they
Wow.
won't tell you why. So there's interest there, but at the same time, I'm like, it just feels so disjointed because it's none of the same characters, even though it's supposed to be because it's the same story. So I am a little frustrated, especially once you get to like episode 5 or so. We're like almost halfway
Dang,
through
they've
the
been doing this
season.
for 5 episodes? Man, look.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, God
It's
bless you.
like so it's like oh, okay, all right, because a premise such as Tower of God is so linear. It's like yeah, we just want to get it to the top. That's the main thing. Want to get to the top, and also we want Rachel to get paid dust. But we don't even see Rachel yet. Little raggedy bag of bones. Anyway,
Mm,
that's a tangent.
mm.
But and even for action and stuff, it's not really hitting like I thought it would be by now. So just saying, if you're considering starting season 2, you can let it end and then maybe binge it. That's my recommendation.
Tower of God, y'all better straighten up and fly right. All right, because y'all out here tripping. But you know what? I ain't gonna mess with Tower of God. What else you got? What else you got going on?
I also caught up on Code Geass Rozé.
Ah, I gotta get there, but
And
I'm on my way. I'm getting there.
it's piecemealing you some of the nostalgia and things like that. And it's such a mental. It's so much mental stuff going on that you're interested because you just want to know what happens because the protagonists, they are they basically realize that they've been Geassing someone they really shouldn't have been Geassing. And that's one thing about Geass, if you're familiar with the show, is that at some point you're like, maybe I really shouldn't have mentally taken advantage of this human. And so we've gotten to that point in the story. And so you teeter that line between I have a bigger goal. Do I just make sacrifices to get to this goal? Or do I let, this sense of morality actually help me, guide my path? Am I going to think, am I that good of a guy or am I willing to kind of color outside the lines? We saw Lelouch was willing to color outside the lines, but it got to a certain point where he's like, maybe I shouldn't have. So we're getting to the point with the main character in Geass right now. Rose.
All right,
So
cool.
Geass
All
Rose.
right. Not the
You have to
rose
say it
though.
like that. You have to say it like that.
All right, so I'm gonna give a shout out to the dubious one. He just jumped up in here. Matter of fact, jumped in at a good time because Mark Dub. Introduce yourself and let us know what you watching, man. What you watching in these streets?
Hola, to the people that know what that means, and for the people who don't, hello. I am Mark Dub, poor man, half hilarious, part of the time, trying to be most of the time. How y'all doing?
Oh man,
I actually caught up on like all of the three shows that I'm watching because it's been a little thin this season. What are y'all
you ain't lied
already?
on that.
What are y'all already talking about? What are we?
Well, we heard a little rant about Tower of God season 2, and we got into Code Geass Rozé. All right. So
Yeah, I keep saying because Sherry keeps talking about Tower of God, and like I said, this season has been so thin, so thin. I haven't had many offerings. I mean, I know we're gonna talk about my hero, but
you know what? This is a perfect time. We are here. We had the start of the
well,
show. Let's
I
get
mean,
into it.
but before we go there, I was thinking we could at least talk a little bit about the Elusive Samurai.
Ooh,
Which one you want to do first?
Oh snap!
We can
Yeah,
jump into
I
You know what?
I like that joint.
So you like
So now,
Elusive Samurai now?
Yeah, yeah.
That
And
took 5
hey,
episodes.
it took I was in after 3.
All right.
Okay.
I was in
Now
after
hold
3.
on. Let me ask Ninja. Ninja, are you into the Elusive Samurai? Come on. We can get everybody on the show. Are you watching it too? Are you feeling it?
I am not currently watching it,
Oh,
but by all means, it's not because I have any negative feelings. I just haven't gotten around to it.
All right. She gonna get there. She just ain't there yet. So all right, word. All right. So Mark Dub, going to drop them thoughts on your boy Tokiyuki. All right, Lord Tokiyuki. All right, because he earned that name.
For that episode 5.
Well, the cool thing about him, he got fast feet. I always like fast feet. I don't know what it is. I think because at one point in life I had fast feet. They're not so fast anymore. But Lord Tokiyuki, I'll say he came across one of these governors. I mean, we've talked about it, but are the people up to snuff? Can we talk about episode 4? Or do I need to?
No, we on episode 5 actually.
We see 4 and 5. We can. We can on the show. We open. We gonna talk about all this. Everybody had a chance to see it. It's Monday or Tuesday by the time they see it.
So in episode 4, I was big worried because Governor Big Eyes, that sucker eyes, man. He had eyes like Robin Harris.
It just ain't natural.
He had eyes like Dion Cole. My son always used to say when he was a kid, he liked Dion Cole because he be big eyeing. And
his eyes is big.
That's what the governor be doing. He be big eyeing. But he had this super keen sight. I like the Elusive Samurai. They light on the supernatural stuff. I think when they show something supernatural or somebody being more super able, I kind of think of how this is a retelling of an old story. So of course they're going to have people who are, in tall tales. You'll see them stretch, and they talk about this governor's remarkable eyesight, and it gave him the advantage. He wanted to use a dog shooting competition. Peter would not like this episode at all.
Nope. No real animals were harmed in the filming of this episode, or I guess the drawing of this episode.
Hey, they didn't kill any dogs, but they did shoot a girl in the ear with an arrow.
Yeah, that man. Look, the Governor Big Eyes. He had, he had it coming on this episode. And my boy Tokiyuki, he said, "Raw, I'ma give it to you with no trivia. Raw like cocaine straight from Bolivia." All right, because he turned around with the reverse shit out. All right.
For that episode 5, I
love how they showcased the technique. They showed like the historical reference. Like, nah, this was a real technique that was used to ward off invaders.
It leaning into it, and just I love that you see that Tokiyuki is getting more heroic in his own way, and it was the conclusion of the dog shooting contest. First of all, like I said, the adventure and the epicness of it, you just feel it. Like, it just makes sense.
Like the animation and how he turned around, I was like, man, they going off a little bit on that.
And, man, they going off every single chance they get. And like, even though you can kind of tell a smidge of episode 5, like when they were like sitting down talking, their cut where they do the cuts to save, probably to stretch out the budget. It's just them sitting and talking. But when they in motion, ain't no nothing is being cut.
That's right.
Like, they like, all right, you might not see his mouth animated, or you see the back of the head. You got to stretch that dollar a couple of scenes, because you just can't have everything being like, super quality, but super duper quality. It's still good quality, even with the jokes. So you can tell they spit a little less on the jokey stuff, unless it's like the priest doing his whole thing or whatever. Yeah. But I love that they get the comedy right from the straight man, the other priest who's just like is a priest exposition, and they'll say something like that, like, "Oh, go explain everything, dog." And then he was just like, "Oh yeah, ain't no way he's gonna come right back." And then the governor's like, "Hello." It's like,
yeah, man, it'll be a while before he shows up, man. He came straight back.
And it's funny because I thought about I still think they're going. I think. Well, I don't think he'll be here the whole 13 episodes, but I do think he got maybe a couple of more. And of course, they saw whatever the ninja's name of the thief, or Gimba.
Gimba.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm liking what they're doing with this. Now I guess we're getting a little bit more supernatural, kind of, sort of, because he got the ability to morph into people, but he can't take off the ears.
And don't let him make your rice. I will say that.
No, like Gimba, I think it's something with his.
It's just his mask. It's his mask.
Yeah,
but
it's something with his mask.
But it's pretty dang. It's a good superpower.
Mm-hmm.
It's not probably complete, but he fooled his person. I just love because the governor is so weird. That actually worked. He was like, "I just want to be cute."
He's like, "Yo, why do you have cat ears?" Like, don't ask.
Like, nobody's gonna question the governor on that because the governor's so weird otherwise.
But what I do like that this is, I don't know how to predict it, but I feel like he's such a weirdo that if you lose that governor pardon or that governor edit, and because they did stress like it takes a long time to get those, you got yours quick. Losing that may not be good in your favor or for your life. I don't know how that goes.
That's true.
You ain't supposed to be losing.
It's not like this new regime is cuddly.
You as a governor who just got the position probably should not be losing anything that the emperor gives his power to you to do, especially like taking land. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of want to. I can't wait to see what happens with this storyline. And I just love how the Tokiyuki is absorbing all these.
When little Lord Tokiyuki hit him the first time with the arrow, and he said, "That's for shooting the maiden in the ear." I say, "Yeah!" I said, "My boy ain't no punk."
I love it because
I loved it, bro. Yeah, I loved it.
He's looking like a leader, and I just love that he loves the challenge. Of even though when he can't quite, like, he can move, but he doesn't have ninjutsu, but he was digging it, and the dude was like, "This guy is liking this. What's wrong with this little weirdo?" But okay, sure. And I just like I love that all his retainers are seeing something in him.
Right. I promise I was about to make that point. I love that his team, like they all bought in. Like they see how hard he goes. Like at first they were kind of maybe looking at him like he's soft or whatever, but they like, nah, he like,
yeah, he got the respect now.
Like I Lord, he really can shoot, and like his feet really is something special. Like his evasiveness really is an ability that he can hone into a fighting skill.
Shout out to the little priestess and the sword guy, his sword retainer, when they was talking to Gimba. They was
with Gimba in the ear.
It was like, "Oh, so you just want money?" They're like, "Bruh, do you not understand who this is? Like, this is actually a possible future emperor, definitely trying to get the shogunate. You just asking for money. Boy, you could have asked for land. Like, do you not know that, like, he's like, how many royals are going to come down to talk to you to offer you a once in a lifetime chance? So don't be," and he's like, he felt stupid. It's like, she the angel on one side of his shoulder, but they said the same thing. It's like, are you slow? Are you dumb? Like,
Yo, but it was also funny when they said his name in slow-mo and all the people just straight disappeared.
Oh, bro.
His name was like, bells, bro.
They hit the corner, hit the block, hit
bro,
the corner.
I laughed so hard. Y'all, I can honestly say it Sherry's rule, man. Ninja Yo-Yo said give a new anime 3 episodes. The first 2, I was not with it. By episode 3, like Coop was like, "Bruh, you tripping. You gotta watch it. You got watch the 3rd episode, Mark." I said, "Okay, I'm gonna watch it." I watched it. He was absolutely right. Sherry, Ninja Yo-Yo, 3 episodes. You always right.
I'm gonna say something crazy here, and this is what made Avatar work. Like, sometimes I hate plucky kids because sometimes it's be stupid, but when it works well. It kind of also tickles the part of the brain that made Boondocks work for me, if that makes any sense. Because all of the kids are smart and they're like bouncing, like everything, the comedy bounce off of each other.
Yeah.
And with the adults just being ridiculously out of line, and the kids have to kind of be the same ones. So that's what I'm kind of picking up on.
And I feel what you say about the whole kind of plucky kid. There's when it comes to shows like this, Avatar, things of that nature, there's a very thin line between like plucky, precocious, arrogant, those kind of things where it can kind of turn on you,
Well,
where it goes from like endearing and cute and fun and light
Yep.
to like annoying.
especially when the kids
Mike,
are obviously adults, and it's
Coop,
like,
Coop knows this. Coop knows that one of the banes of my existence. I don't like kid actors. I don't. I just don't. I don't like them. Maybe because I'm short and too childlike myself, but I can't stand them.
well,
But
these kids are just not stiff,
good
they're
kid
fun.
actors,
Yeah,
good kid actors, they invalidate all of that because I end up loving them. There's some who I just think were just terrible, and I won't say them out loud because people will be angry with me because some of
Well,
y'all favorite classic hood movies got kid actors that drove me crazy and made
to
me
be
want to.
to be fair, there's not really kid actors. There's all adults, but they're doing the roles to
Oh yeah,
fit
because it'll
how
be like
kids.
30 pretending to be 14.
Well, those are like, yeah, like 20-something-year-old ladies playing all the roles, or around that age or 30 or something, like, so they do, as girls, ladies do the young boys voices, but they're able to make it fit, like Regina King did the voices of Riley and Huey. So that it just like that takes a talent to make them believable and don't feel like wooden blocks or whatever, like roundabout way. You know how when people were getting, maybe y'all saw this, getting mad that they actually use young people for the Ninja Turtles, probably because half of them were black, and
Yeah,
they're just,
that was thinly veiled racism.
but it was just like,
You said it, cool.
but
And
it's like,
it's less about age and more about shade.
but they hate age too, because it'll be like some 60-year-old nerd in some groups I'm in. Shout out to them. I ain't gonna say no names, but I'd be like seeing, and they'd be like, look, we like the '80 Turtles, but they was sounding like insurance salesmen, from the Midwest, and they supposed to be in Manhattan.
And also, they had their
They supposed to
time.
be teenagers,
You know what I'm
like,
saying? They had their
and
time.
they still got their time. They just did the video game a couple of years ago. They still They got multiverses. They got their own thing because people won't let them go, and they still love to do it. But it's like, let these teenage 20 something grow and do this thing that's been going on for 40 years. Like, eventually the original turtle voices ain't gonna be around forever. Because
Thank you.
Father Time wins.
That's all
It
good.
comes for us
They'll take
all.
it down with AI. It'll be all good. They'll be able to do it over and
Oh
over
man,
again.
don't get them. Don't nah, no.
Oh,
Don't
I ain't
even
gonna
mention. You're gonna have a certain mob come after you. I knew it. But yeah, man, I just, like you said, bro. Just like you said, I just love the, like you said, Mark, the precociousness. They fit, and it fits right. I just feel it quickly, and I feel like they haven't had like a bad showing. I feel like it's gonna get better, and I can't wait to see how all the when they get the last retainer, how it all works, and how this all go when it gets a little, because it's gonna get a little bit darker before it gets lighter.
Yeah, because
Like, bro,
probably season
we
2 is
could.
probably going to be a little bit rougher than this.
I can tell, bro. It's heading that direction, but
Yeah,
I love the lightheartedness. I love how the kid characters are written in this.
yes,
Like, even though they're a little precocious and a little they like the Lord Tokiyuki is way more charming than anything.
exactly.
Like
And like you said about the
his heart
darkness,
is his character is endearing, and I don't even know when exactly it turned around for me, but I was like, oh yeah, I
think
like
you,
this.
You got
I like
some.
this.
I think you got the humor rounded for you. I think that's what it was, because you saw how they bounce off of him more and more, and how it's just fun. The comedic timing, man. it
But they
hits.
show, like you said about the darkness, they show what happened to thieves in this episode.
Yes,
Like
like
they, so it's they let them know like, hey, this is what happens to thieves.
it's really like again Shogun, where all this dark stuff is there. People get handled, but it's like they put not say slapstick on it, but wit, charm,
Hmm.
comedic timing. But eventually, he's gonna have to
I
run
mean,
into these situations.
he's already seen some dark days like Tanjiro. I mean, he lost his family. He lost
Shouts
his
out to
brother.
my
His
boy
brother was
T.
beheaded and betrayed by his uncle.
And I
His
think
old his punkle.
he was,
His
I
punkle.
think
His punk uncle.
I don't know if he took the loss of his mom and or dad that hard, but his brother was. You could tell that's. I mean, that was his brother. You know what I'm saying? That's the one who was, by him. Because
That was
sometimes
Big Brother.
yeah, and
You
then
know, that was the brother he looked up to, who, he was like, Big Brother, you ought to run everything. And his big brother was like, nah, man,
He was like, I'm
it's
cool.
not for me.
I
You
mean,
the
he can't.
chosen
He
one.
legally could not because he was, you know
Yeah,
how it is.
but Big Brother, like Big Brother didn't even try to discourage him. Big Brother was like, nah, you got the juice.
And I mean,
It's
You
you.
got the juice now, kid.
back in those times, you probably couldn't really always be by your dad if they didn't want you to be by them. So you just had to be and exist and run around and be that. So his closest member got beheaded, and it's just like it just happened as matter of fact. But the good thing though is getting rid of the uncle. You get rid of the person who can identify you right away. So I was like,
True.
that's pretty smart that they had to deal with the uncle first because nobody. It's funny because nobody knows what he looks like in person, so they're able to get with it since this isn't any technology. Like, oh hey, here's a picture of Lord Tokiyuki, which is funny to me, but it's like, oh yeah, I forgot. They may not be able to know royalty like that right away because if you just became a governor, you might have just been a lower class samurai. You didn't get to go by royals all the time. So I guess it's cool that he gets to hide in plain sight somewhat.
Yeah, they solved that narratively pretty well.
Yeah,
And just
but
smooth.
you know what? Even the governor was looking at him like after he shamed him.
Yeah, he getting it.
The governor was like, look at the way he carry himself. Look at his stance. It's something more to this boy. Something
As
different
goofy
about this one.
as that governor is, he ain't stupid. And he's just like, oh yeah, I can't, I don't know, but I'm already accusing you people of, hiding hojos anyway, and I want to take your land to build myself up. So it's all full steam ahead.
I mean, I like the Hojo. I just feel smarter staying at the Hojo.
Stop it. I
I was
feel
to the
quite dumb.
Hojo,
Last time
man.
I stayed at a hojo, I felt quite stupid. But
Look, the Hojo. Look, there's a whole bunch
hojo,
of people in the Hojo right now. You know what I'm saying? Hojo
hojo
keeping
done
y'all.
fell off from the
Hey
80s, man,
man,
90s.
I had a home girl that was a manager at a Hojo, man, and she always hooked the rooms up we when we could break away and have a not a our
Mm-hmm.
parties was
Wait,
study parties.
where's this
Mm-hmm.
going? Wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
What you doing in the
Study
hojo?
parties at the Hojo.
Anyway, we gonna move
Everything
on.
moving in slow mo.
That's all I got to say.
I'm gonna move on. I got look.
Trying to get
I'm gonna
back
throw
my
it to.
mojo.
I'm gonna throw it to the best ninja in these streets. That's right, Ninja Sama Cosplay, because I know she done seen that My Hero. I know she gonna come through with a word, some
Playing
words of
with the
wisdom on
ninja
what
is a
happened.
no.
Oh boy.
So I rewatched because there was a hiatus last week. So I rewatched the episode before. I cried for Back to Go Harder the second time.
Hey, I was about to say she probably ain't do nothing but make it worse for herself.
Man, I was like, wait a minute. And I had a realization, and now I forgot what the realization was when I saw it the second time. And
Man.
it's unfortunate because I was like, I need to say it because I don't feel like dealing with Coop's negativity. But then
What?
I forgot
Me?
what it is.
What did I do?
Well, all right. So
What did I do?
I'll go in and say this episode. I mean, this episode coming off the end of last episode.
Wow.
gave me hope. Gave me hope. You know what I'm saying? Because it showed the stark difference between heroism and villainy. Now, the villains got mad organization. I ain't going front. They got satellites and the computer
Always.
man doing everything, and
Right?
then
Don't they
so they
always?
organized. They they're not sloppy. But for the heroes to bring that willpower, that grit, you got Mirko ain't got no she ain't got no arms, man, and she's still doing karate kicks and flip
Man,
around
look.
kicks and running. Then you got Best Genius doing the best he can to do some kind of closed surgery. All right, and then guess what? Ed Shot come through. He like, look, man,
Shout out to
I'm gonna make
Headshot.
yeah.
As
Best
cool.
Man,
Genius.
come on.
Best Genius is using denim to do surgery. Denim surgery.
Say, bro, I
Best
never
Genius is
thought
he got the best power. He has denokinesis.
I never thought I would have loved Best Genius like this when we first met him. Best Genius is he a dope senpai, man. He up there, man. He
Yeah, he doing
climbing.
his thing, man.
I hope he don't die. You know, I just stay alive, Best Genius. We holding out hope for that imaginary spinoff one day.
Yep. You know what I'm saying? You and Hawks just doing y'all thing.
Say, bro,
You and
how cold
Hawks.
you gotta be that you got a belt around your neck with your initials on it and blink? Like, you know what? Coming out there like like the Canadian wrestler of the '80s or something.
But it just shows we get what we get here is just this stick to itiveness, this grit. They're not giving up no matter what. Like there's blood, they all beat up, arms broken off and ripped up, and Mirko's still biting them. She like, if I
Man,
gotta
look,
bite you, I
off top,
gotta.
Miracle, that's bae, man. That's
Man,
that's
Can I
anime
Marco,
say
bae.
so
something about Mirko? Can I say something about Mirko? I
Sure.
don't appreciate the lightening of her skin this season.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
they
a little
lightened their
lighter.
skin. Oh, I didn't notice
She's
that.
lighter from the books.
It's like significantly lighter.
Oh
Yeah.
snap! I didn't
She's
know
like
that.
she was brown, now she a little on the yellow side.
Oh man, they done hit us with the Aunt Viv.
you know what? It's the winter is coming, and she a light skin, and her natural color is coming back into. She going back to her natural banana milk color.
Man, get the boy
Ain't nobody listening to you.
banana milk.
Oh,
Oh,
but you got.
man.
I
I
mean,
mean,
this is my struggle.
this is straight awesome. You
I
got
know what it is.
Shoto basically being told to just run and stay safe. You got Endeavor and Hawks dealing with the youthening of the. I guess we could say
All right,
all for
quick
1-1
question.
and all for
So,
1-2.
quick question.
Uh,
All for One has literally committed suicide, but he's like, I'm gonna take you bastards with me before I go. Like he literally enacted a quirk that is going to the rewind quirk can't be stopped, right?
Yeah, he said it couldn't. At least
That's
from
what
the way
he
he said.
said.
He said this is
But you
going to
know, but he not
remind me to
tripping
nothing.
because he like I'm gonna get into another body.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
well,
taking over
okay.
Shigaraki's body, so he good.
But you know what? You gotta love a villain that's he's like, thank you. You know what? Shout out to you, Endeavor. You made me pull this other trump card I pulled out my butt. Aha! You're like, I'm gonna pull we
And
get
he
younger.
was like, I didn't even think I had to pull this for you. Like, so he's at least showing him a little respect. Like, I thought I would have been able to beat you by now, but you got a little grit. I'm glad to see that the heroes are showing at least a little gumption. All right, because it's been a struggle, man. Because they still losing
know
right
what?
now, but they holding on.
Between Shigaraki and All for One, like man, between those two, the heroes with all their powers, they are seriously outgunned.
Shigaraki turned into a hand Hulk.
Dog. If Giganto Meki or whatever his name is, if he
Yeah.
ever wake up,
No.
the
don't think-
heroes are so
I think-
outgunned.
We
My
We need a
hero
hero.
has definitely painted how desperate the situation is, because the odds is not in our favor. They
Nah,
is
man.
not.
Now,
They is
I will
not.
say, yo, we do get another shot of the international repercussions. So maybe we'll get, maybe we'll get another hero from, like I don't know, Russia
International
or
repercussions
or, or
or the
Jamaica or something. Maybe another country will have a hero that can come and
I don't
help
know,
out
man.
because
It looked like the United
DC was
States
not
pretty
DC
mad.
was not looking
good and
good right
well
now.
you ain't about to see Jamaica. All right,
Uh,
come on. I mean, I will
I'm
be
just saying
nice,
somewhere
but
else
I'm
because the
Boy,
saying
US look like they got
let
their
me
own
see these
problems.
artists from
I
My Hero roster.
I actually think you're not gonna see too much more because you know how they when they get to US, if the USA quit, shout out to their weak-minded president, whoever that's
Yeah,
supposed to
because he
be.
like, we
He
just
just like
gonna
I
lay
give up.
down.
I'm gonna be a new slave for all for one.
Because he said it's for the country. Dude, it's
For
like there ain't gonna
future.
be no country, dum dum.
He's
Like,
just like it's like I thought he was about to pull his gun out. He's like, man, look at this picture. Look at this.
he's like, you see this?
They're about to kill General Akbar. Like what? Like man, bro.
Oh man.
I'm like, this president, who is
Yo,
this
this
guy?
president is whack, man. But there's got to be other heroes. There's got to be some, or heroes that are like closer. Maybe a hero from Oh, I don't know if we can say Taiwan. I guess we gotta say China only. But like a hero from Hawaii or something. I don't know. Just a hero from somewhere. Like look, Japan need help. All right,
Yeah.
they need some
America
showing up help.
clearly has lost. Whoever got activated over there told the whole country up. We done.
Man,
We
look.
finished.
And I mean, All For One did say he got a whole worldwide network of bad guys. So I
I
mean,
wonder
at
what
least
the
this
off.
episode ends in the fashion that upsets me all the time. But you know what I'm saying? Yo, Lemillion was like, man, I gotta do something. I gotta do something to stall for some time. All right. He brought out the cheeks. All right. He gave the ladies a little something. All right.
Shout out to Zom 100. He pulled the Kencho.
Yep. Sure
You know,
did. Shouts to
really
Kencho.
the Kencho
Man,
and
I was it was I loved how they did that. I felt I I he there was so much dramatic tension. He was like, "What can I do? What can I do?" And then he went and flexed the cheeks, and it worked because
he's like,
you,
what?
you see some
Because
big.
even I was like, what?
I
It
thought
reminded me of when Naruto pulled out Setsujitsu on Kaguya.
yes, that was ridiculous.
You just need that like that one. He just a couple of seconds just to throw him off. Just a couple of
It,
seconds.
Yeah, because
it
you just
reminded
need that
me
little that
of
little bluff real quick to be like, huh? What? It's
it
Dime
reminded
breezy
me
all over the
of
place.
Sir Mix-a-Lot when he said
Mm,
red beans and rice didn't miss her.
mm.
Oh man.
Oh
I
man.
just
But of course they end the episode. That's right. With the smash. The jump kick, super duper smash. And then they like, all right, y'all, peace. Man, I hate y'all. I hate y'all for doing that. Y'all always do this. Every
which
time I come
Mike,
around, I be trying to watch the
Mike.
episode. I be trying to sit down and get into the story.
Mike,
And here
we be
y'all
looking
go.
at the timer. Like literally, there's a timer, bro.
But I don't like looking at the timer because that's spoiling it for me. All right.
How's
I want to
time
be
spoiling
involved
it for
in the
you?
story. I want to be swallowed into the narrative. You know what I'm
It's a
saying?
30-minute count, bro.
Who act like he's never been swallowed?
Bruh, stop it. For real.
Look,
Hold
man,
on.
I get all hype. She like, I'm gonna open up the gate for 2 seconds, and they like, oh man, you can't do that. It's gonna be dangerous. Then my boy, that's right.
Hey,
Deku
he
came.
came through my
Yes,
I like
guy
that.
came through, boy.
After
man. Shouts to
Miracle,
Deku.
after
Hey,
Miracle,
boy, I was hyped, boy.
it was dope though.
I was
I
hyped,
was
and then it was
hyped.
like, all right, y'all, peace. I was like, what? Hold up.
Mike, you know they'll tell you in advance if it's gonna be like an hour-long special.
I was
Like
ready
you
to
find
run
that
through a brick
information.
wall.
Like it's not gonna like they got several episodes left, man. Several.
Man,
you not get Dragon Demon Slayer extended cut right now.
Speaking of several episodes left, it has to be acknowledged that there are no chapters left. The manga ended
Yeah.
last week.
Yeah.
oh, so
End of
the
an
whole
era.
story is done.
As far as you know, how
Oh,
anime
here
going
come
always
here,
be
here
resurrected.
comes
But as
spoiler
far as the
YouTube.
actual, yeah, just be vigilant.
Yeah, I
Dodge the
had to turn
spoilers.
one channel off. I was like, God
Yep.
dang it. I was like, I don't know what, but I was like, as soon as they said, "Oh, the Steam's in it," I was like, I'll holler back at you.
Oh boy, now
Even though apparently people
I'm
are
gonna have to
mad about
stay
the ending or something.
had to stay focused on my YouTube
Yeah,
blocks and be like, do not recommend channel.
I be dodging them spoilers, man. I don't want to know. I wanted to catch me and take me and sweep me up and break my heart and make my heart feel light again. I want all the emotions. I want to run the gamut of
Sound like
Yep.
emotions.
I
you
want to be
want to
surprised.
feel like what's a Anita? Sound like a Anita Baker song, man.
Giving
you
you the best that I got.
you want to
Man.
get swept up in the emotion.
Oh man. All right. So but yeah, that's the I'll go in and throw it to the good Coop DeVille. Coop, what you been watching, man?
Believe
What
it
you
or
got for
not,
us?
um, every this would have been a great Ocean no Co time. That got delayed. It's coming out Wednesday. I don't know why it had like a some delay. So check out my last review on that. I did watch Kinnikuman. I know y'all don't care, but it is. I'm gonna just say it briefly. More blood. The devil Chonin are fighting the perfect Chonin. One dude, they pure wrestling fashion. One dude is he's working them. He's working them down, and a lot of nothing happened other than seeing the dude get worked down. And
Hmm?
the devil Chonin that's fighting is actually a tape cassette guy who can put in tapes to emulate other people's powers. Kinnikuman be doing every damn thing. Muscle King Muscle is fighting a weird, freakish, two-faced baby guy, mutant. I don't know. It's horrifying. Um, yeah. So that's what's going on. And the big bad of the year, the season. One of the double Chonin is literally like a mountain dude. He came in, punched him in the face, and then jumped on top of him, talking about Mountain Smash. I'm pretty sure next episode he's going to murder that guy because he ain't his face is still the same. He's in fact he's giving an inner monologue while this dude is on top of him, so I know he ain't pressed, even though he's
Wow.
pressed literally. He's going to probably fling that mountain man up and chop him in two. It's gonna be really nasty next episode. So that's pretty much Kinnikuman. But everything else I'm watching pretty much haven't come out. I already watched it. I think I described the latest episode of Alea hides her feelings in Russian. So that haven't come out. Ocean no Co episode 6 have not come out yet.
All right.
I cannot wait for episode 6 though. I can't.
All right. Well, let's see. Then in that case, I will throw it. I'll throw it to Ninja. Is there anything else that you got to rant about before we go in and wrap up? Because I did enjoy your Tower of God season 2 rant. So if you have anything else that you'd like to rant on at this time, please do break it down for us. Especially when it's a show that needs a stern talking to.
Well, I think I'm good on ranting.
Okay. All
This time
right.
around. I think for once I think I got it all out for now. But as the summer ends and the fall begins, another rant will yet to begin. So it'll come back around for sure.
Slightly continue a rant from last week. It's gonna be short about Dusty Chance.
About what?
Dusty Chance.
Oh man, did you encounter some Dusty Chans?
No, I just gonna follow up on the dude that I didn't meet him, but just the concept. You remember when I said the dude who was like, "They people still listen to English voice actors because you have to sound like that if you actually bold enough to type that." So I got to meet one of my favorite voice actors. I got to meet Uncle Iroh #2, Aku #2, who followed up behind the great Mako this weekend.
That is so cool.
Man was nice, sweet, endearing. He didn't even charge me. Like, hey man, we're slow. Hey man, come take a picture with me. Let's talk. And I just told him, I said how much Avatar means to me. told him the saying that I always say when I tell people to get into Avatar, that and about the relationship between Zuko and Iroh, and I said that as a young man you start as Zuko and you want to live long enough to become an Iroh. He said he loved that saying. He said he might start adding that into his panels. I said by all means, feel free, take it. You know, I hope that people that helps people out. If he really means that, that'll be dope. Like hopefully one day I could go to a panel and hear that saying, and that will be like the circle is completed. But wonderful guy, very nice. So, and that just leads me to say that again, because I was just listening to that part before we came here. For people, if you don't like English voice actors, that's fine. That's up to you. You ain't got to be a butthead about it. You ain't got to be a snob about it. You ain't got to be nasty about it. Those people come there. In fact, I met also the lady who did the English voice actor of Himio. Let's just say that we're kind of low key viral for a minute for reasons. Sweet person, Caitlin Barr. Shout out to the Yellow Ranger, Karen Ashley. She was there. Not a voice actor, but she's dope. But these are real people, and they're collecting real money for their talents. And you got, I listen to it in Japanese, and I'm better than most. Like, shut up. Like,
it's like you don't see that. You don't see that in Japan. You don't see. Well, I mean, I don't know. I haven't been there, but I'd assume you don't see Japanese people trying to big time one another because they listen to the English version. You know what I'm saying? Like, I doubt that happens.
I doubt it happens overseas anywhere.
Because they're like, I listen to the Japanese version because that's the language I speak. So
it's just, I'm just saying, Avatar is a go animation. Whatever you consider anime and all that, that's a topic for another day. Anime inspired, haha. That's the out for some of you people out there listening. The dude took over a legendary role and added to it all the way through Korra, and the stuff that they do live action, see them reacting those lines, the heartfeltness of it, and all that stuff. Like, bruh, we got to talk about, of course, the song with Mako that is tear-inducing and all that. So, look, you can keep all, like, if I get on another panel, I'm going to continue to tell you people out there about yourself. So, kiss my butt. I don't know what to tell you. Kiss my butt. I'm keeping it PG-13.
All right, shouts over to the good ninja. Ninja, please break down your final thoughts and where can the wonderful people find you? You know what I'm saying? The honorable ninjutsu master, if you will.
Well, my final thoughts are actually quite simple, and that is, if you're going to make a sequel, you better think about what the people want, and at the end of the day, give the people what they want. That's really all I ask for. Other than that, keep the animation tight, keep the dialogue entertaining, and, make it make sense to the best of your ability, even if it's a huge universe. So, that is it. I am Ninja Summer Cosplay, and I am at the Ninja Cosplay on Facebook, Zeta, as I call it, Instagram, and wherever fine books are sold, meaning I have not written a book in my entire life.
All right, thank you, Coop. What's up, man? Drop some thoughts on us.
Some thoughts. Some good news, quick news. Kaiju number 8 is confirmed for 2025 release.
Yay!
Not a 2-year wait. Hell's Paradise, where you at? We don't know when you coming back. We weren't ready.
We ain't never gonna see that again. I'm gonna just have to watch it again next year.
I don't know, bro. Mappa, like, haha, we got you. Chainsaw Man. Well, I guess Chainsaw Man come back in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Just talking with people at the con. How do y'all feel about some guys? Like, I wish that Demon Slayer would have just did a show versus a movie. How do y'all feel about that? Would y'all rather them have done the show, or do y'all mind it coming in a 3-movie series?
Nah, I'm there because they ended it in a trilogy of films, right?
Yeah, that's gonna be it.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Okay, Some
Yeah,
other
I'm like,
people have
look,
said that, but I'm like, look, I'm gonna enjoy it. That gives me a reason to go to the movies, and that thing looks beautiful on the movie screen.
yeah, like movie or show, I don't care. Just give it to me. Let it be good and give it to me.
That's
Movie,
how I feel.
show, short, it don't matter.
Like I don't have to. I don't want Demon Slayer to just rush away because, as
Nah.
y'all see, the shows that we love, we have to find another one to replace it. And we like to review for ourselves and for you wonderful people out there. I'm just in no rush to be like, oh, I gotta hurry up and in. Like for what? Like for what, y'all? Like I'm
Like
glad that they still
I
making.
wanna see the end, but I want them to take their time making it.
I
I
want
mean,
it
they have
done.
Demon Slayer already mapped out, so I don't know if that one could be used as a proper example in the
Some
sense that, you know, like they told us, like it's what going to be, what, 3 movies or something like that?
well,
Hmm.
Or
it's
am I getting
just
it confused? Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's gonna be a trilogy
We
of
know it,
films.
but just people are complaining. Even one guy who on a pod me and Mark listened to, with our homie Van from here, his co-host was griping about that, and then just other people. I'm like, it's 3 more movies, man. It's like you get 3 more turns at
3 more
bat.
movies is going to come out over a extended period of time, but I'm like, I'd rather you keep it right and tight because then you can have more chances to rewatch it.
Yeah, I want to feel
So,
that ending for Tanjiro. I just want to feel it.
And I mean,
I
think
you
about
know,
it. Each movie is probably gonna be, I don't know, one and a half, maybe 2 hours. So you go. It's not like they're gonna give you like 30 minutes. You gonna get. Well, I'd assume you're gonna get a wealth of animation.
that's how I feel too. So I just wanted to bring that up as one of the thoughts I've encountered this past week or so. Other than that, I think I'm willing to try Konosuba. I think I'm gonna try that. Shout out to the homie Gamma Ray. If you listening, hope you and Jason and the husband is doing all great. But
Baby
I
Jace
mentioned it.
just
She
kicking it.
said, she thought about Konosuba too. I listened to a little video documentary on it. Shout out to Mother's Basement. I was like, you know what? I take speaking of humor, I like how they do in Elusive Samurai. I think this makes me want to try that, you know, because I did one isekai I did like was Uncle from Another World, but it was a good send up. It was a reverse isekai. I did appreciate it. I wish they'd bring it back. I don't know, but it was just a short series. It's like, good lord, every time I want something new, be like, up, just 10 episodes, no more than 20. It's like, I guess it got to happen, but. So I
Dang.
think I'm gonna try to add some old and new in this summer season. It's definitely ripe that I could try something new right now. So, and of course, I've been me and Mark been watching Plus Size Elf for all the insanity that show ensues. So
Mm,
you can find
mm,
me Keith Cooper Blurred period ISH at IG. Keith Cooper on Facebook. Of course, go to the Blurtish Facebook page, and of course, check out all of our online stores, different things. Next event will be Anime Night at FM Tattoo Parlor. Shout out to the mind of Yana. If you're listening, I'm gonna be a vendor. She appreciate my hard work. I was getting people involved to learn about it over the weekend. I'm gonna do more of that. Y'all know when I become a part of something, I try to take it on full task because I want my any event that I'm vending at, I want it to be well attended. So shout out to you for appreciate the hard work. It always goes well with me.
all right, that's what's up. That's what's up. On my end, I actually enjoy the change of pace of the summer season right now. I'm only watching 2 shows. Uh, I actually like it better. It's weird. Okay, so spring season had way more shows that I was watching, but boy, was that a lot. So I'm just watching 2 shows, so I'm having a good time this summer. So I'm just kicking it. But with that said, my hero came through this week. Elusive Samurai came through this week. I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy. We out here living, y'all. We are living. So NERD, SOUL, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, podcast, all that jazz. And until the next time that someone wants to complain about whether they watch sub or dub, this is just us telling you it don't matter. Just watch
It
it.
don't.
Peace.
Just watch anime, enjoy, and shut up.